Good morning. Ever get that Friday feeling? No? Well, I've got it today. Anyway, let's get the other part of the community on board. Then we can get this nonsense underway. And there's a lot of nonsense in the press today. We can get this nonsense underway. And there's a lot of nonsense in the press today. Sorry about that, folks. For some reason we seem to be having a problem again. The video is not coming up again this morning. Yeah, well, Facebook, you're just going to have to come over to YouTube this morning. We'll try it this way. Don't know what the problem is with Facebook. Since Zuckerberg set them free, nobody seems to be monitoring things, keeping things up. No, I'm afraid Facebook won't be joining us today. There it will. Because apparently I'm not streaming there again today. Don't know what that's about. I'm supposed to be streaming to Facebook. Anyway, good morning, folks. Andy Truck Davey out the truck at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lancashire on the 28th, or the last day of February, 2025. Okay. Now, it was clear, bright and sunny, but it's a wee bit overcast at the moment. Still bright though, and 5 degrees, pretty crisp. That's what the weather's like here in Salisbury, North Lancashire. You want to know what the weather's like where you are? Look out your own bloody window. Right, won't be a long show today. Only 4 stories in the press. In today's paper, we've got Starmer in Washington, we've got GB Energy expose, and apparently an animated pregnant character. And the fourth story, we've got a mysterious death, or 2, or 3, if you couldn't have done. But we'll get there. Okay, first up this morning, we've got the Daily Answer, the Daily Record, and I don't put it up. Anyway, we've got King's invite, as Starmer meets Vice President Trump. You notice I said Vice President there. That's because we know the real president's Mr. Musk. Anyway, so King Big Ears, Sausage Fingers, brother of a nonce and adulterer, has asked Donny for a state visit to Scotland. I wonder if he consulted the Scottish government on how the Scottish people would feel about an unpopular monarch from south of the border bringing a convicted fucking felon to Scotland. But Charles is used to having sex offenders round about him, so I guess he'll be very comfortable in Trump's company. Maybe he'll drag Andy out to see his old pal for Epstein's Island. Right, next up we've got the Herald. What's the Herald got for us this morning? We'll have a look. Here we go. The Herald, and the Herald has King invites Trump to Scotland. PM delivers letter to President. Okay. It appears I was wrong. Donny is still enamoured by the idea of the royal family. I dare say we can put on a reception for them. Now, I believe they're going to Balmoral to stay out the fucking road. Because Charlie knows if he takes himself and Trump into public here in Scotland, the pair of them will get roasted. Absolutely roasted. So I guess it'll be a helicopter flight in and a helicopter flight out for both of them. But no doubt, as I say, the people of Scotland will put on a kind reception for them both at the front gates of Balmoral. Right, next up, the Scotsman. And it's got Trump says yes to second state visit. Starmer's charm offensive in high stakes Washington meeting. High stakes? They mean low grovel. To see Mother England go to another child and plead for help is quite comical, actually. So far, the children haven't been that generous. Canada, New Zealand, Australia have all took the piss. And as for a great trade deal with the US, one thing's for sure, it will be a great trade deal for the US. It'll not be with the US, it'll be for the US. Yeah, we'll do a smashing trade deal. What he means is, we're going to skin you alive and let the coyotes take what's fucking left. The eagles are circling. Better change that to vultures. Right. Next up's the scum. The scum has PM's White House summit. Hands over King's invite. Donny says yes to backing UK. Donny says yes to fucking UK over. Get this into your head, folks. What little cognitive ability that old man has left. Any deal he's proposing will not be in the interests of the people of these islands. So, you can kiss the fucking NHS goodbye. And I'm entitled to be angry about that. Especially here in Scotland. Because we fucking warned the Muppets here in Scotland. From 2012 to 2014, vote no! And watch the Americans take the NHS. Vote no! And you'll end up out of Europe. They didn't believe us. They called us fucking liars. They called us fucking scaremongers. We also told them Bojo would be Prime Minister. You'd think we were fucking psychic. But we weren't. We could see the direction of travel. We knew what was fucking happening. So in the run up to that last referendum when we were shouting, vote yes to protect the NHS. Vote yes to protect your place in Europe. Now here we are, stuck to a bankrupt bunch of arseholes 475 fucking miles away, who are bleeding us fucking dry. We're out of Europe and at the mercy of fucking Trump. Well done, people. And worse than that, to show their stupidity, at the last fucking election, people here in Scotland voted Labour. Get your head up, fucking wobble, people. Wow. Right, the Lonely Rag the Express. What's that? We'll put it up. We can find the fucking thing. Oh, first hit. Doing well this morning. Warm words as King's letter. King invites US President to Scotland for state visit. Trump backs great trade deal for Brexit Britain. No, what Trump backs is great trade deal for fucking USA. As he imposes sanctions to soften us up. And then the US corporates swoop in and take what's fucking left of Little Britain. That was a pantomime yesterday. And I'll tell you something. I seen it with Macron. Seen it with Netanyahu. Trump will just say what any of these fucking leaders want to hear from him. What happens at the back of it? That's a different matter. Because it's no all Trump. Can you wish Andy Dave from Sarosa a happy birthday? Of course I can. Happy birthday, Andy Dave. Right. I say, great deal. Be a great deal for Donny. It'll be a great deal for the US. You can kiss your fucking NHS goodbye, children. And ours as well. Because the internal market deal, which was being opposed by Labour in Scotland, is now approved by Labour in Scotland. And US trade deal, let's hope it takes a long time to organise, and by the time we get anywhere near it, Donny will be fucking faint and distant history. Thank you, Lorraine. As you know, it will feed babies. Unlike the fucking UK and US, who have stopped feeding babies to buy more fucking bombs. Wow. You couldn't make it up, could you? Anyway, let's move on. What's the Daily Fail got for us today? Shall we have a look? I don't suppose it'll be that fucking imaginative, I can assure you. Although I have to say, the stars out there today. Well, we've not got the fail. Be thankful for small mercies. The Daily Fail has Trump backs Starmer's Chagos plan during Levin at Oval Office. President promises terrific trade deal. Aye, my arse. My arse. As I say, the UK's weak. Couple of months, half a year with tariffs imposed on the UK. It'll not just be fucking weak. It'll be begging and slobbering for a trade deal. And it'll give anything that the American corporates want, and that includes our NHS. Thank you very much, Dale. Hippo character with stars growing in his eyes, pumping his arms in the air with the word hype pulsating above him. There you go. I'd much rather seen the picture, but that's the way it goes. Right, next up we have the Times. No, I do have the Times. The Times. What's the sensible paper supposedly go to say about it? Trump will end war and strike trade deal with UK. Well, you'll probably strike a trade deal with the UK, end the war. That's down to Putin and Zelensky. Whether this war comes to an end. And apparently voters favour tax cuts over higher public spending. That must be England specific, because here in Scotland we understand the link between taxation and public services, so we tend not to mind too much paying more tax. We understand the link. Right. The Telegraph has. Well, let's have a look, shall we? The Telegraph, where are we? Here we go. On a roll today, hitting them every time here almost. Trump backs Starmer on Chagos. Make it a wee bit bigger, maybe see what the sub-headline is. PM gives President letter from King, inviting him to stay at Balmoral. America would help any British peacekeeping force under fire in Ukraine. Heard that? Trade deal with UK back on the agenda with pledge to finalise it quickly. Oh dear. I guess the UK economy is in a much worse state than what we thought it was. And I guess private healthcare companies will be flooding through the fucking door before we know it. Starmer and Charm apparently has been on a charm offensive. I wouldn't trust that fucker as far as I would go to it, as far as I could throw him. Would you buy a used car from this man? From either of they men? Because that's where you go to. This is where you've got to look at these snake oil salesmen. Would you buy a used car from them? Right, the eye has. Charmer Starmer pulls off diplomatic win at White House. Bollocks, I watched it. Donny would have said fucking the moon was red, white and blue. Wow. The press conference was interesting when he was asked about calling Zelensky a dictator, and he seems to have forgot that he'd said that. This is what I mean about watch the body language, watch it all. Starmer was just saying whatever the fuck. Trump was just saying whatever the fuck Starmer wanted to hear. The reality comes later. You chinned an English moron on Twitter who thinks Balmoral is in London. Not exactly what you call subtle there, were you, class action? Yeah, you're welcome here anytime, man. Yeah, subtle's something we don't do. Yeah. What's the National vote for us, folks? Shall we have a wee look and see what the Nationals vote for us today? I'll get to that in a wee minute, John. The National has false promises of GB Energy. Labour pledged 8.3 billion for flagship election policy. That funding has been cast in doubt. We mean it's just a fucking made up number that was thrown out there. Labour pledged an Aberdeen HQ. It's still nowhere to be seen. Labour pledged 1,000 jobs. They won't confirm a single job. They've confirmed the CEO. And he's getting paid away happily for doing fuck all. Labour pledged to reduce energy bills. They've just went up by 6.5%. Do you believe them? No. But anyway, that was one of the other stories to hit the press today. The Nationals decided to stay away from the Trumpster. The big orange man baby. The Nationals decided there's no touching it with a barge pole. Right. And the Metro has. Hold on to get John's super chat up. Trump, Starmer, and King Wits his fingers. Take theirself to feck. Sounds right to me, John. They say, but I'm sure the people of Scotland will put on a nice reception for him. That one, can we avoid the caps, please? Folks, the algorithm doesn't like it, thanks. Oh, didn't know that, Stephen. There you go. Sorry, mate. I'm typing a bit in capital letters at the start of the sentence. Can't help myself. Right. So what's the Metro vote for us today? We'll have a look. That was one of the other papers that decided to stay away from Starmer's visit to America as well. So what's the Metro vote? Mystery of Hackman's death. Now apparently Gene Hackman, his wife and his dog have all been found dead in a mansion in the desert somewhere. I think it was Mexico. You know I don't follow celebrity stories. But I remember Hackman. Shows my fucking age. Huh? Now what's the star vote for us this morning? Well, I did say that the other headline was about an animated pregnant character. Well, when you say a line like that on a programme, you know fine well it's going to be the star. So what's the star vote for us this morning? Let's put it up. It's a cracker. Right, dead for weeks at mansion, film star, his wife and his dog. So there you go, 3 deaths. Hey, Gene Hackman. But the main headline, parents everywhere be very, very afraid. Peppa Piglet. Mummy Pig preggers, and the scan proves it. You know what? I don't even want to know what the fuck that's about. I really don't. But there you go. I did say you would get a pregnant animated character. There you go. One pregnant animated character. You can't beat the star. You just got to love the star. Between boffins and nonsense, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, and I was having a look at the employment figures, folks. And by fuck, unemployment's back with a bang. Back with a bang. I was looking at the hospitality and retail sectors, especially. The retail sector in Scotland alone in 2024 lost 10,000 employees. The retail sector alone. 10,000 employees in Scotland alone. And believe it or not, a fair chunk of that happened after the autumn statement, as Rachel Reeves fucked with national insurance contributions. And as employers shed employees to try and keep their businesses afloat. Small to medium-sized retailers especially. Wow. So I guess Donny's vote is at his mercy. And you were warned about what was going to happen to the NHS if we stayed in this fucking union. And it looks like it's going to be a lot faster than we thought it was, folks. Ah, well. End of the week. You got that Friday feeling? I have. Bollocks in the press. The Scottish Peel get a heads up that the most unpopular, adulterous fuckhead of a monarch of England is coming north, and he's bringing a convicted sex offender with him. And this time it's no his fucking brother. Wow. Crazy world we live in. You guys have a cracking weekend. Thank you all very much for your super chats and your contributions today. Moderators, thanks very much for modding. Mind, folks, watch Young Reagan all eat. Daily Blase, 5 o'clock tonight, folks. Honestly, fucking legendary stuff. The Friday Frolic, mega stuff, really good. So 5 o'clock, Daily Blase's channel, brilliant stuff. And as you can see, my co-host Charlie Cat here is impressed with none of this stuff. Yeah, and say thanks, folks. Thanks very much. We're back Monday to do it all again. Twice. Let's hope we can keep the other one in check. Alright. You look after each other. Be kind to each other. Have a wonderful weekend. See you Monday. Don't be late or you're on the fucking, that's right, on the fucking naughty step. Alright, bye for now.